Hello. We're going to a Heavensward optional trial. Containment Bay P1T6. This is Sophia.
I leave the goddess in your capable hands. Just watch out for her worshippers.
I mentioned the worshippers because they're talking about the ad phase BT dubs. This is a scale. Scales will play into this whole fight. Balance, etc., etc. Okay. First off, this stage is a rectangle and it has like barricades on it, but at some point those are gonna go away. Okay, so be mindful of that. Okay. And then the boss, the main boss is up here, and then there's like this big head on the bottom. Sometimes there'll be attacks that like this thing might move somewhere else, so you gotta also watch out for that. Okay. So the other tank is the main tank right now, so I'm just hanging out on the side, and they've turned the boss away from everyone because of potential cleaves and stuff. Okay, this first one, arrow 2, circle AoE, pretty clear. You just get out of that. Okay, this thingy, you know, looks like wind arrow stuff. The thing is, if you end up stepping in that, you can get you'll get knocked back. So it's like the first move, so okay. So you're taking a look at RH. You're staying in there. Okay. It doesn't look like they were pushed back, but they were. Like, if you just look at their animation, they're like, whoa, whoa. Okay, watch again. This is important to dodge because, like, they hit this wall, but if this wall wasn't here, they would fall off the stage. Okay, also they took like almost half their health. So you gotta be careful with some of these if they do the knockback stuff. Okay, the next thing right after that is Thunder 3, and it's going to be a donut AoE. See this big circle? If you're far enough away, you can just run further out into like the corner, but it's going to be difficult to kind of tell unless you're already far out, and so if you're already kind of close to the middle, run into the middle. Okay, see this person tried running back over there. They were not far back enough, and so they ended up getting hit. Okay, MI, the white mage. So either one, I think they got clipped by it. But okay. Wait, how did this person get a boom? Oh, yeah, they weren't inside. You have to actually be inside this like clear spot. The dragoon is still in the yellow part. Okay, moving on. Quasar, this can do a few different things, but in this instance, these proximity markers will drop underneath 2 people, and you know, they'll get bigger. And so you want to run away from the proximity markers. You know, I tried to see where they kind of curve like this, so I went to this corner, but you can also go here, you know, wherever they end up planting themselves. But dang, okay, so this person got hit and, you know, they almost died. So you definitely don't want to get hit with both of them. Okay, the boss disappeared and then reappeared on the side. She can end up on this side, or like over here or over there. You need to pan your camera around and figure out where she went, and then basically stand on the opposite side. As in, like, she's on this north side, right? And so she's gonna cleave this entire area. So you want to stand over here. Conversely, if she was over here on the south side, she'll cleave this entire area, so you want to stand up here. Okay. If you don't, then you get hit and you get a vuln up. So you're more vulnerable. Okay, at this point she's glowing. It might be hard to notice that because everything's kind of a gold kind of thing, but this is typically what she looks like. There is gold here and stuff, but she starts hella glowing, okay? And she's got this like stuff. And so this is the tell for a big raid wide about to happen. And so healers, you can preemptively heal with, or shield that, or, you know, people can use mitigations and stuff. Okay, next up, let me see, wait, let's just this thing again. Okay, see, it happens and then there's like a bunch of spirally whatever things, so everybody gets hit. And yeah, we had some shields up for that. So that was good. Okay, this next one is the Tank Buster Cleave. It's telegraphed though, so you can see it, so tanks, you can keep it there and just run out of the way. And then they run back to keep the boss position. Okay, the boss disappears again. She resets up here. And I put my tank stance on because I knew that we were about to get ads. She does a move called Cloudy Heavens. And a bunch of ads show up. Okay. The second demiurge, I don't know how to pronounce that. This one's a healer. Okay. The third demiurge is what are they? I think they're a warrior? Something like that. Or Lancer. Okay, and then this one, the first demiurge, is a paladin. Okay, so all three of them have their own unique like abilities and stuff. The healer will heal the enemies, and so you want to take the healer out first so that whatever you're doing to attack doesn't get negated by the heals, right? So you take care of the healer first. Even though its name is second, you want to take care of this first. And then the Lancer is going to do some stuff. It'll drop a ice on the ground. And then the Paladin, the first whatever demiurge, it has some like parry, directional parry stuff. And we'll see that. I'll show it. So for now, just know that there are 3 ads. They do different things, and you typically want to take them down in a particular order. Also, everybody at this point gets this thing called Eternal Doom. Okay, let me show, I think in this one I have. Here we go. Okay, Cloudy Heaven, so this is her calling for the ads, okay? So here, Eternal Doom, zombification when counter reaches 0 or upon KO. KO does not remove zombification. Okay, so we got a minute on here. It might be a little bit more than a minute because It takes a while for this to actually start ticking to the seconds. But basically, while you have this, you have the potential to turn into a zombie. If you get KO'd, you will turn into a zombie and you will attack other people. You won't be able to control yourself and you'll just follow one of your party members and attack them. If the counter reaches 0, that's basically the DPS check, and everybody will turn into a zombie because everybody's zombie whatever thingy, Eternal Doom, will count down at the same time, and then you basically wipe. Okay, so you have a bit of time. This is kind of like all the other trials where if you don't take care of the ads fast enough, then the boss has this huge raid wide and then you die. It's basically like that. Except you turn into zombies first. Okay? Okay. So, back to this one. As off tank, I'm going to grab the first and the third ad. So the Paladin and the Lancer, so that the main tank can take the healer. And everyone else should mostly be focusing on the healer. Over here. Okay? Because the healer will, like, cure and stuff. Now, the thing... Well, we'll just focus on the healer. The thing with the healer is that it will do this move called Divine Spark, and you need to look away from this. This is also why you want to take care of this ad first. In addition to curing the enemies, it will also do this thing and it can confuse you if you're looking at it. And you can accidentally look at it if you're just focusing on one of the other ads, okay? What happens if you do not look away is you will get this confused. Okay, and when you're confused, you can't attack and you can't, like, you start attacking one of your party members. And then, as you can see here, there's this ice puddle, which I'll explain, and it gives damage over time. This person, the Dragoon, they're confused because they didn't look away from the healer, and then now they're in this ice puddle and they're not moving out of the way because they can't control their character. So they're losing health pretty quickly, and then it just happens that they technically died because they're a zombie now, but a healer happened to give them health at the same time, so it's a whole thing. Okay, but now that this person's a zombie, they really can't do it. They're just like, see, they're just following this person. Just look up here. Don't worry about this for now. This person is now a zombie because they didn't look away from the healer originally. They got confused, was standing in the ice, slowly started dying, turned into a zombie, and now they're following this person. They're following them around and they're just straight up attacking this other person. Okay, and so that's why this stuff can get kind of hectic. I turned into a zombie. I'm gonna do this a little out of order, but basically, let's see, my health was going down like hella. I was not using enough mitigation and stuff because I was trying to get out of this. It's the whole thing. Also, I don't really play Dark Knight much. Despite all my videos being Dark Knight lately, I really don't play that much. I was getting hit with both of these ads, and at some point, let's see, they do some auto attacks and moves and stuff, and okay, it was right there actually. My health, I was at like 1700. Okay, at this point I've got 2600. And then the next two auto attacks, it kind of happens at the same time. The healer trying to heal me, but then also the next auto attacks from the ads. It's at this point. Right at this point, I took 2 auto attacks, and that was more than how much health I had. So I turned into a zombie, but then I also happened to get cures at the same time. But because my health got me KO'd. Remember this Eternal Doom thingy says the KO thing? zombification when counter reaches 0 or upon KO. Okay, so I technically got KO'd, but I didn't die, I just turned into a zombie. And so now I'm just like straight up attacking like other people. And it lasts for a while. Okay? So, that's what this whole situation is. Okay? So now let's go back and talk about the other two. Okay, so the third demiurge, the Lancer, will do a move where he will drop a pile of ice. Okay, well, this is all happening at the same time too. But this guy, the third one, the Lancer. Okay, don't worry about this. We're just looking at the Lancer. He's got this AoE here, okay? You don't want to stand in the AoE. If you end up standing in the AoE, you get this frostbite, okay, and that will do damage over time. And as you can see, it can do a significant amount of damage. That's also kind of why I was dying a lot, because I had these two adds on me, plus I had the frostbite on me, and I wasn't using my mitigations well. So, yeah. Well, died as in like I turned into a zombie pretty quickly. Okay, so you want to take care of the third one because it does like all these moves. Let's see. Yeah, the third one also does this Gnostic spear move. There's a lot going on here. Okay, the third one, so the Lancer, and it's got this line AoE. So you want to dodge that. Okay. Oh yeah, you see that dragon move because it's a Lancer. Okay, so now we know what the Lancer does. The third demiurge. Okay. So then we'll go back. The first demiurge, the Paladin. Paladin has. Oh, did you see that? This thing, Divine Spark. Okay. It has this directional parry. I gotta go back a little bit more. So basically, it has a shield up, and you can only attack it in from certain sides. It's kind of like the Ravana fight. Okay, just look at this dude. Okay, see right here. It kind of looks like when you're putting your tank stance on. He like holds his sword in front of his chest and stuff. Directional parry. Okay, right now it's on this side and this side, which means if you attack on this side or this side, it will knock you back. It will throw the damage back to you and knock you back. So you can only attack from this side and this side. But that's a little tricky. Okay, see, this person tried attacking and then they got knocked back. It's kind of tricky to tell because the shield thing doesn't stay there for very long. You have to have already been looking at it to tell. Okay, see, they got knocked back. And then this other person hit them and then they got knocked back. So, tricky business. At some point, the directional parry does go away, though. So then you can freely attack from wherever. Okay. Let's see what the view is over here. Just watch this one. Okay, so the second demiurge, remember that's the healer. And you want to take care of that first, and also look away from this situation. The third one, the Lancer, is just doing auto attacks right now. The Paladin has the directional parry, and it's in front of it and behind it, so you can only attack on the sides. For this version, you actually have to look at the animation. Okay, because people were hitting it from different angles. Because someone was over here and they hit it, it got knocked back towards them. Then someone over here hit it and then it got knocked back to zone. Okay, so it's not like it hits, you hit from over here and then you go this way. It's just literally wherever you're standing. There's a shield for a certain amount of whatever. Okay, and then, so this divine spark is going off. If you're not looking away, then you get confused. I was not looking away, so I got confused. Okay, and yeah, I happened to be in the circle of ice again, and so I was getting damage over time. For a moment, I couldn't control my character. See, I couldn't like move or anything because I was confused. DPS is very good in this run. So the people here in this run ended up taking care of the healer and then the paladin and then the lancer, which is also fine. Okay. Okay. Alright. So here, after you take care of the ads, then you want to move off to the side. Typically to the right side. East side. However, yeah, for the very first Scales of Revelation thing, we'll always tip the stage that way. And so you want to stand over here on the higher part, so then you can get pushed down the stage but not fall off the stage. You'll see in a moment. Something to note though is this ice puddle. So you want to position yourself so you don't fall into the ice puddle. I'm a zombie right now, so I can control myself. Yeah, I'm attacking this person. So that's also what happens if you end up getting to be a zombie. You can potentially kill somebody if they didn't have enough health. And then you can go into the ice thing, and then if it's a healer, then it can get really super messy. But yeah, see that? The whole stage tilts. The whole stage tilts this way. Okay, so we're all falling this way. And then we fall the other way. Okay? This was... okay, and then there's like a huge raid wide. And so at this point, if we didn't take care of the ads fast enough, we all probably would have died by this raid wide. If we're also all zombies. Also, at this point here, the walls are gone. Okay, so now we're in the next phase. Ice puddle's still there, so watch out. Okay. Okay. I'm gonna watch the tilt of it over here.
I would know the weight of your souls.
Okay, so I moved over to dodge all the ice stuff. And then it goes the other way. The little scale here also tilts and stuff. Okay, so, wait, how much damage did we take? $4,000? How much did we take over here? I took 600. Oh, well, I'm a tank over here, so it's a little different. Okay, anyway. Okay, so now when the boss does this move, Quasar, before it was the proximity thingy, but this time, see this like golden tether? Now, if you have difficulty seeing like gold and yellow and stuff, this run might be difficult. Well, there's this tether pointing to one side, okay? At some point, there might be tethers going to the other side, but this first one is just showing us what's up. So there's one tether connected to this scale thing over here. She says, I shall tip back the balance, okay? And so that means this side is gonna get heavy, and so everything's gonna tilt that way. See, her... she's asking if we can bring equilibrium. She's tethered to the thing. All these ball things are just weights, and she's gonna throw it over there. Feel it's gonna tip back the balance. Okay, so because the balance is gonna be heavy over there, we want to run over here on this side because the stage is gonna go that way. And you want to slide down the stage, but not slide off the stage. Okay. Also be mindful of the ice puddle. Also, everyone was kind of slow with it, and so we lost some people. Okay, so this is what happens. So you gotta be on the lookout for that tether. Also, the ice puddle went away after this, so that's nice. One person ended up still getting the frostbite, but that's fine. Yeah, so if this is your first time, and if it's many people's first time, this is a very common occurrence of most people falling off the stage. Okay. So, this is a good fight to practice paying attention to mechanics and like stage falling. Okay. Alright, so the tank died. I think just because, well, they had the frostbite and they're taking the tank autos and things, and so I think the healers are probably also trying to heal everybody else up and then maybe try to raise, so they might not have noticed that the tank, well, the tank also has one vulnerability stack. So, well, yeah, that happened. So I noticed that, and so I got my tank stance on and we're taking care of this stuff. Okay, she's glowing, and so this is gonna be the raid ride. So then I put reprisal up. But yeah, when people fall off the stage, they all end up in this back corner here. Okay, Quasar again. We got this line tether over here. I look over to make sure, yeah, oh yeah, it's over there. Okay, so that means I'm gonna go on this side, because the stage is gonna tip that way. I'm super bad at directions, to be honest. So at this point, I think this is north, yeah, and then this is south where people's bodies are. This is east, west. But depending on where you're standing, like, it's kind of hard. So I look at where the tether is to make sure. And I move my camera so that as I'm running, I'm also just confirming again that, yeah, I'm running the right direction because I'm running away from this stuff. Okay, these balls of weights are going to go over there. I'm just going to tip the stage. Okay, we also have a proximity marker. Okay, so you want to run to this side, but also kind of run away from this area, because that's going to explode, and then we get pushed down the stage. The poor dead bodies are also getting tipped down. Okay. Oh, TS is there right now. They got a raise, so they're coming back to life in that part. Okay. Okay. The other tank is up, and so okay. So they took aggro back. This move. Sin must be balanced with suffering. Okay, so there's some people who are gonna get the light version of this, and some are gonna get the dark version. You want to match opposite colors. So Sin has to be balanced with suffering. Okay, one of them Sin, one suffering, but just both colors need to match. And I was running around trying to match with somebody, and because we did not match, we ended up getting bleeds here. Discordant damnation. Okay, so let's see. The people who themselves who had the things, they will get okay, so TS got reduced immunity, and then everybody got some bleeds here. I also got a bleed and I had a thing. Yeah, okay, so I think if you get hit with one of these things, then you'll get a bleed. And I only got hit with one, so I got one bleed. But it looks like, yeah, TS got 2 and the other tank got 2 also. I think it's because I had a shield, so I didn't get hit with one of them. So I was okay. Yeah, the only people that don't have shields right now is the tank and the red mage. And so I think that's why they had extra bleeds, whereas other people didn't have those. Okay. Immediately after that, we got the Thunder 3, which you've seen before. It's a donut AoE, so go inside the hitbox. Or if you really want to chance it, you can run outside, very far outside, but you gotta be careful not to fall off the stage. Okay, but before we continue seeing that, let's go
Can you bring
take a look at this. Okay, the Quasar, it's connected to one side, so I run to the opposite side. And you can see the ball thing she threw, it's orange and it's going down. Okay, so we slide down that way. And we do okay. Watch out for the ice though. A bunch of people here got this ice thing. Did they really? Oh yeah, they did. Okay, is the raid wide coming out? Okay, so people need to partner up with opposite colors. Okay, so RH and the main tank should be pairing up, but they didn't. So we'll see. So SD had it, and this other person. So RH. Yeah, so RH ends up getting a bleed. And then the main tank up here, because they didn't have a partner, they got the whatever reduced immunity thing. Okay? But we didn't get that whole discordant thing, the discordant raid ride, because we had some people matched up. Pretty sure that's how that works. Okay? So go and make sure to match up with the opposite color. And then this Thunder 3 is the donut, okay? So see, you do have room out here, so if you're already standing over here, you can back it up here, but you just really gotta be careful with the sides. Or run inside. Okay, moving on. Raid white coming up because of the glow. In some of the other versions, the tank stuff can possibly knock you back, so that might be why this person is tanking this way instead of standing back here. Also, just in case they don't, so they don't like fall off the stage. Okay, Quasar again. This time we got two tethers over here, and I'm panning my camera around so I can figure out, okay, there's one tether here and two over here. So I have to figure out which side's going to be heavier. The heavier side is the side that's going to tip towards, because there's heavy stuff here. Okay, so then the higher number is going to have more stuff. The lower number is going to be, okay, that's where you want to run. Okay, so over here, I'm actually turning around to note the color. So there's orange. And then on the other side, there's like two orange also. There's actually a blue colored one, and that one weighs like 3 times the amount of one orange one, and it can like add a whole spin to this mechanic. But in these runs, I didn't actually see that, so you might not end up seeing that. But in the other versions, you might see it. Or maybe if you spend more time in this fight, you'll see it. Okay, but hey, this next one, wait, here, we'll just go back. Does that make sense? Here, this Quasar, I happen to be on the side already, and so I noticed, okay, there's two, but as you can see in certain angles, you might not be able to tell if there's two or not, unless you turn your camera. So go to the lighter side, so I slide down without falling off. And then right after that is the tank cleave buster thing, so the tank can get it out of the way. Okay, she says daughter be the bearer of wisdom. The daughter head thing underneath here starts disappearing, and she's gonna reappear somewhere on the stage. I was turning my camera to find her. She reappeared on this side, and so that means she's going to go, and she's facing this way. She's facing this way, and so this whole area is gonna get cleaved. So you want to stay away from there. Okay. Really gotta turn your camera around. This is why, like, figuring out the directions of things, like north, west, south, that's kind of hard for me because I'm constantly turning my camera in this fight. So, yeah, you gotta figure out what works for you. Okay, we had a rig right there. Okay, the boss disappears, and this happened earlier. She reappears on the side, and so that means this whole thing's gonna get cleaved. She's facing this way, so we gotta stand over here. Okay, you get a bone stack if you don't. Get out of the way. Tank thingy, just dodge out of that. Okay, so this is what I'm saying. At this point, I was just straight up on the side here, and I was like, oh, so there's two, but experience has taught me to like pan my camera up so that I can really see. No, there's two over here and there's one over here. See? And then, so I'm like, okay, so this is gonna be the heavy side, so I want to go this way. Oh, but there's also like this proximity marker here, so I was like, oh, I kind of see this going into this corner, so it'd be better to run this way. Okay, then we slide. I ended up getting hit with the proximity marker a bit. That's fine though. Okay. Now, one of the ads come back, so as off tank, I go pick it up. Okay, just a vertical Kenoma. Okay, so here we've got the parry thing. Also, main boss is doing the arrow too, and so you gotta get out of that, or else you get hit with damage and then you get knocked backwards, and you can possibly fall off the stage. But with the ad, this means you can't attack from the back or the front. And so it's kind of tricky. If I want to attack the ad at all, I could possibly get hit with stuff. And so I'm kind of just hanging out. And then, okay, after the arrow thingy, we get Thunder 3, and so it's a donut. In this situation, I happened to be far enough, and so I did run off to the corner instead of running into the space. Okay, vertical Katano Kenoma again. Okay, so it's the front and the back again. And so I turn a little bit, and so it's the front here and the back, but most people are over here. And so my thinking is, okay, if most people are over here, if they end up attacking like range-wise, they'll end up attacking like this. However, this person ended up over here, and so when they attacked, it ended up hitting the front. So, you know, I just try my best. Oh, actually, they did end up, they did okay. They didn't get knocked backwards. JK, they did, okay? So this directional parry is just really hard to like figure out because it goes away so quickly, and you can't really tell where the thing's facing all the time and stuff, so yeah. Okay, also the boss is glowing, so that's gonna be the raid wide. See how much they like got pushed back? Yeah, you totally fall off the stage. But also the thingy doesn't last very long, so just be patient. Oh yeah, this person also got knocked backwards. See, that's why I was trying to turn. But then I noticed this person getting knocked back, so I tried to turn it back around so they wouldn't be hitting the front. But because I did that, this person ended up getting knocked back because then the back shield... See, in this configuration, because this person was attacking, they would have been fine. But because I only saw this person attacking and they got knocked backwards, I was like, okay, I'll position the boss so that they can attack this side. But then it ended up with them getting knocked back and then this person also getting knocked back because I turned the boss, so it's a whole thing. But anyway, everyone else is taking care of the boss over here. So we took care of the ad and the boss at the same time. Cool. Okay, let's go over here. Just to reaffirm everything we've just learned. That was the donut anyway. Raid wide. This is a long video. No wonder I make long guides. I just keep talking. Okay, the daughter is over here. Don't stand over there, because it goes across. Okay, the head comes back. Raid wide. She disappears off to the side, just wherever they are facing. You just don't stand there. Back it up. Thunder 2, okay, so the same thing, you can dodge out of that. Quasar, see, I angle my camera up so that I can see how many tethers there are, and I run on to the opposite side of the tether. Also, I dropped the proximity marker. It happened to be me there. So some people got hit with the proximity marker as they were running towards there, but yeah, now we get tossed back that way. Yeah, so that's that. Okay, I kind of want to look to see this part. I want to know if the paladin, it does the vertical thingy. It does. Okay, so the other one, the vertical one, because I noticed at the end, it kept being the front and the back. But this one says horizontal, and so this is probably going to be on the sides. Yeah, it's on the side. Look at this. The shield. No! Dang it! No! I was getting to the good stuff. Please. Okay. Right. Hang on. Hold up, hold up. Where is it? Was it this one? No. Dang it. I was getting to the... I can't even open it. No! Hang on. Should I stop the recording just to make sure? Hang on. You know what I mean though? It said horizontal, so it's gonna be on the sides. I gotta show it. My findings. Dude. Am I the tank here? Yeah, yeah. Wait, okay, where is it? Where is it? I lost all my marks though. Okay, that's fine. We got recorded in the other version. Where's here? Yeah, it was that. Yeah. I'm not editing this. I'm feeling under the weather, so I'm not editing anything. You're just gonna have to bear with me. Horizontal, okay? It's horizontal, and so it's on the sides. And you can see the sword. See, the sword and the shield is in the front. So you can only attack in the front and the back. It was the horizontal one, as opposed to here it does vertical. So if you're quick enough, you can just read the cast. The vertical one does front and back. The horizontal one does sides. Okay? Dang, we did it. We discovered it. Now we know. Okay. Before my computer crashes, let's just watch the cutscene and then be done. Did I have stuff on my desktop that I shouldn't show? I think it's pretty clean. I was blurred anyway. I don't want to think about it. Yeah, we did it. This was a long one because there's a lot of tricky things here. I struggled with it so much because I'm super bad at like numbers for one thing, and then just like balancing things in general in life. But also just directional stuff, like the directional parry, whatever, falling off the stage, whatever. So I wanted to give a bit more time and input for this whole thing. And there's a lot of running around and then having to match up with people. It's pretty mechanic heavy. You can't get away with cheesing a lot of it. You have to understand what's up, or else people will just fall off the stage. Okay. Alright. Goodbye.